Did you know you can cut your living expenses in half, ditch that 9 to 5 grind, and finally live the life you've always dreamed of just by moving abroad? Sounds wild, right? But trust me, this isn't some fairy tale. It's real. And people, regular people, are doing it every single day. By the end of this video, you're going to be thinking, why am I still here? Let's talk about this. You know, I used to hear that working hard, saving your money, and maybe retiring at 65 was the only way to get ahead. But something in my mind always said something different to me. So I was like, well, how could I even make that happen? You know, if that was in my mind, how could I make it happen? That must be part of like a movie I've seen or something. Or maybe it was something I did want to have happen when I was younger. But you know, life happens, and 2 kids later, and I'm stuck in the 9 to 5 rat race. So I figured, you know what? That was just a dream, and it's never gonna happen. But one day, I just hit a wall. I was working myself into the ground. I was working like 7 days a week. My bank account, not thriving at all. My relationship at the time was imploding. And so to put myself in a happy place, when I would feel the anxieties of life creeping in, I began to daydream a lot about different foreign places. And then I started reading about people who were actually making the move to live abroad. They were living comfortably on half the money, pursuing dreams, and actually enjoying life. So then I said, you know what, maybe there's some groups out there. So I joined some groups that I found that consisted of people who were making it happen. And you know what? I thought, hey, if they can do it, why can't I? So here I am, planning my own move. This is almost a year later. And if you're even a little curious about making this leap, I'm here to give you the real talk because I care about you and I care about your future. So let's break this down. Let's talk about the cost of living. I mean, listen, we all know that the cost of living in the US is absolutely insane. I mean, rent alone can swallow your paycheck quicker than you can say direct deposit. Remember that slogan from the news when that guy was talking about the rent is too damn high? Well, if you live in the New York City area, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But the rent is too damn high. And it just keeps increasing and increasing. Now imagine living in Mexico, where you can rent a beautiful apartment in a safe area for $500 a month. Seriously. Or Portugal, where your health care bill is, wait for it, under $50 a month. I'm not saying you'll never splurge again, but why pay $4,000 a month for a studio or maybe a 1-bedroom box, okay, a box of a place, and very little closet space, when you can live the same or better life for a fraction of the cost? You get higher quality of life for less. Picture this, sipping fresh coconut water on a beach in Thailand after finishing a morning of remote work. Sounds dreamy, doesn't it? I know it does to me. But it's not just for influencers. Moving abroad means that your money stretches so much further. You can afford luxuries like a housekeeper, organic food, and travel, all without breaking the bank. I mean, people are living like kings and queens overseas. Well, not with all the luxuries though. You do have to scale it down because it's not the US anymore. It's a different mindset. Okay, here's the twist. When your bills are lower, you don't have to hustle so hard. You can finally say, "Woosah." Instead of working 50-hour weeks, imagine working 20 hours and still having enough to live well. Now that's the magic of financial freedom. Now we're going to take some practical steps here of how we're going to get this done. First up, you're going to do your homework. You don't just spin a globe and pick a spot. I mean, we're talking about your life here, okay? Look into countries like Mexico, Thailand, Colombia, Vietnam, the Philippines, websites like Numbeo or Espatistan. Those should become your new best friends for comparing costs. And don't forget to check the vibe. Do you want city life, beach vibes, mountains? Find a place that fits you. But before you pack up, Take a hard look at your finances. What's your income? What are your expenses? Create a relocation budget, including flights, visas, and a buffer for the unexpected. And let me tell you, a $10 emergency in Bali is a whole lot easier to handle than a $500 emergency in the US. Try to pay off those bills before you go, which is what I'm working on currently. And then I want you to find some income streams. You're going to need some cash flow. If you already work remotely, you are golden. If not, start looking into freelancing or teaching English online. You might want to get like a TESOL certificate or TEFL. There's TESOL, TEFL, and a CERTA certificate. You might even want to start a YouTube channel. And here's a pro tip. Use your new lower expenses to invest in things like stocks, crypto, or that side hustle you've been dreaming about. And make sure you understand the legal requirements. Visas, residency, permits, those things are changing a lot. They have changed even within the last couple of years, depending upon the country. And they're changing all the time. So make sure you check into those first. Oh, and health insurance. I mean, it sounds boring, but it's non-negotiable. Many countries have digital nomad visas or retirement options that are super affordable. Trust me, spending an hour researching this now will save you weeks of headaches later. And you don't have to do this by yourself. You can get coaching from myself, and there's lots of groups that will be glad to offer assistance as well. Okay, let's be real, because moving abroad isn't all Instagram sunsets. You'll be in a new culture, and things might feel a little weird. You might even get a little homesick. Grocery stores are different. The language might be a barrier, but that's why you want to do your research before you go and brush up on things like the basics of the language. Oh, and don't get me started on the bureaucracy. But here's the thing, you will adapt. It just takes time. Learn the basics of the language, smile a lot, and ask locals for help. They're so excited when you make an effort to speak their language, even just making the effort. You're gonna be fine. Homesickness, that's just normal. I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You will miss home. You'll miss your favorite snacks, holidays with family, even random stuff like your regular Target runs that you used to do. But guess what? You'll also gain so much. You're gonna meet new people, make new friends, new traditions, and a life that's uniquely yours. And plus, we have video calls nowadays, so you're never really that far away. You want to make sure that you're navigating finances correctly. Taxes can be tricky, and you might still owe Uncle Sam, but there are tons of resources and expat groups to help, like I said before. Plus, once you see your new rent bill, honey, you're going to be laughing at how much you're saving. And you don't have to take my word for it. Take someone like Sarah. Sarah is a single mom who moved to Costa Rica. She went from living paycheck to paycheck to running a small online business and taking her kids to the beach every weekend. And then we have James, who retired early and now lives in Vietnam on just $1,500 a month. I mean, wow. These aren't celebrities. They're regular folks who decided to bet on themselves. And you can too. So now it's your turn. What's holding you back? Is it fear? Doubt? I mean, all of those things, it's natural for them all to come up. Let's talk about it in the comments, because I want to help you make this happen. And if you're serious about making a move, check out my free guide to getting started abroad. Don't just sit on this info, take action. Hit the subscribe button, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, someone who's really interested in taking that leap. Let's make financial freedom your reality. I'll see you in the next one. Together we rise, together we thrive. Are you in? Good, 'cause I'm out of here.